Hey Journeyman, here with Adam from Australian Golf Network, over from Perth with Perth Golf Network. Mate, put on this awesome day at Hope Island.
Mate, we're really happy.
Yeah.
We just flew over. We got here at midnight. Jumped on the plane at midnight and arrived in Brisbane at about 4:30 this morning after a massive lawn bowling tournament. And headed down and I was actually over here about 6 months ago with Gordy and we had a look around the course and didn't have a chance to play. And mate, I'm really pleasantly surprised. It's a beautiful golf course. We had a bloody great day and mate, you can't ask for anything more.
No.
You know, a few beers, good friends, and that's what it's all about.
So, Gordy from Australian Golf Network based in Brisbane, how did you guys link up? Was there an interview process or did you know Gordy? Or?
No, well in fact Gordon was a member of the Perth Golf Network a number of years ago when he was working over in Perth, and he actually came to us and said, boys, I love what you do, you know, I'm really keen to take it over to Queensland. And so we had a bit of a look and we chatted with him for about 6 months. He worked with us for a few months just to get an idea of it, and both Paul and myself and Gordy were all pretty happy with the scenario. So yeah, he dragged himself back home and away we go.
Here we are.
Yeah, here
Mate,
we are.
4,000 members in Perth.
Yeah. Thank you, mate. Thanks for a lovely day.
4,000 in Perth.
Yep.
Are you allowed to disclose how many in Brisbane, how many in Queensland?
Oh look, we don't have a lot in Brisbane. We've only just started. We had a few issues with the handicapping initially.
Yeah.
Queensland Golf really didn't want to register us, which was a bit of a shame.
Yep.
But we got around that, and we're probably 3 months behind the launch date that we intended to be on.
Okay.
But since then, we've been growing pretty well. I think we've got about 60 or 70 members now over here, so it's starting to get there. Yeah.
And how does that work? What do you need? Like, what in a perfect world, what would need to happen in Queensland for the Queensland AGN guys to come up? Like, what is there anything we can do as a journey? Is there anything golf can do?
Well, look, I think overall for us it's about, really more than anything, it's just about getting the name out there. There's a lot of other sort of social golf providers out there that offer different kinds of things, but our point of difference is the fact that we have a really good structure around the competitions that we play.
Yep.
So everybody that arrives to one of our competitions is greeted by a staff member, is given the cards, is introduced to their playing partners, is sent out onto the course, and then their handicaps and everything are done that night.
Yep.
And so it's not a case of two blokes who are mates can go out and have a hit by themselves, shoot whatever they want and send in their cards. So although we're very much a social club and an inclusive kind of a club, we try and keep it as professional and as the competition as pure as it can be. So we want everybody to learn the game, we want everybody to enjoy the game, we want everybody to come out of that experience with a positive outlook on things. So we're not overly mean with rules and that kind of stuff, but we're really keen to make sure people understand that the way that the game works, and it's our job to help them become better golfers, essentially. That's what we're here for, you know.
And you're a golfer?
Mad golfer. Mad king.
Play off, handicap?
7. 7.
Smart.
Yeah. Been as low as 4, so played pennants over in the West for 6 or 7 years. I'm actually quite a shit golfer, and I know that sounds silly, but I've got a lot of friends that can actually play golf, and I'm not one of them. So aside from that, look, I love the game. I started over in Perth, 16 years ago doing a golf voucher book.
Yeah.
And then that sort of grew into the Perth Golf Network, which started, as I say, 2009, 2010. So now the voucher book sells about 10,000 books a year, and PGN has, we average about 2,500 competitive rounds a month at the moment. So that's over in Western Australia.
So it sounds like most golf courses in Perth are on board with you.
Well, it's funny because when we first started, there was a lot of negativity from the private clubs, sort of saying, oh, well, you're going to take our members, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And in actual fact, the way that it's resulted is that probably 5 or 6 private courses that we have our home competitions at, I'd say each one of them has had a minimum of $100,000 worth of revenue generated by Perth Golf Network players over the course of the year that they've been involved. So we probably had a very negative perception in the industry, in the marketplace early on, and as the courses started to realise that there was value in it for them, for what we're doing. And the other thing with the courses is that we don't take times out of their regular competitions for their private members. You know, our guys might go on a Monday or they might go on a Friday when there's no regular comp on. So therefore, there's no sort of stress on the golf course. They're not letting their members aren't missing out on a game. But what it does mean is that golf course has got a heap of extra green fee revenue, got a heap of extra people that have seen and played the course, and a heap of them that have sat down and had a drink afterwards. So all that sort of over time starts to add up. And as I say, this negative perception that the industry had in the infancy of the club is now no longer there. In fact, it's the other way. You know, we have clubs calling us up now saying, when can you guys sort of come out? Can you do this for us? Can you do that? We've got this day free. We really want to see you guys out there. And that's what it's about, is for us not only providing that service to the golfers, but it's also giving back to the industry in the sense that if you are a private club, then you're limited in the way that you can generate revenue. But if you can put extra green fee players on the course that know what they're doing, that have got official handicaps, that are a part of a professionally run competition, then there's value in it for everybody. So,
hey mate, last one. Where to from here?
Mate, hopefully Australia-wide. It's going to be a process of growth. Really, we're not a huge company in terms of we don't have millions of dollars to market it and do radio campaigns for 6 months straight or anything like that. A lot of our membership generation comes from word of mouth over in Western Australia. We went pretty hard early, and then it's kind of.
Sorry, I'm standing too.
There you go. There you go.
I don't care about that.
So look, it was a bit of we put a bit of dough in first, did a big launch, and then and pretty much from now on it's word of mouth. So and it's been very successful. We're about 20% up on new members this year as to what we were last year at this point. So yeah, the growth is excellent over there. And look, I really think the scope in Queensland is great. You've got a huge amount of golf courses, you've got a huge population, and you've got probably a lot of people like Perth that are kind of stuck in the middle between social golf and not having a handicap and joining a private club and spending $2,500 a year. So, and really in the golf industry, and that's where we came about, is there's nothing in the middle.
Yep.
You're either a social golfer and you don't have a handicap and you can't track yourself in terms of how you're going in your golf, or you're a member of a private club and you play 10 games a year and you don't get any value out of it.
And you're chucking in a lot of money. So AGN ideally is for that in between.
Exactly.
Someone who's keen on golf probably doesn't have $2,000 a year.
Exactly.
Good money. Wow.
Yeah. And then beyond that, I suppose the other thing is what happens with a lot of our members is they then travel into private clubs as well. So we're often sort of that middle ground. So a social golfer joins us, plays competitively for a year or so, enjoys the game, falls in love, and then decides, okay, I'm playing enough golf, I want to take it seriously, and then they'll move on to join a private club. We had 62 guys from the club move from our club into private golf this year alone. So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Mate, Adam, thank you for your time, mate.
Thanks heaps, mate.
Thanks for an awesome day here in Oakland.
Loved it. I'll be back.
Good on you guys.
Thanks, boys. Yeah, that was good.